We're live.
Hi.
Hi. Big intro. We're there.
I love it. I love the
So
intro.
so tonight we wanted to talk about a specific topic, and we wanted to talk about how we have habits of beating ourselves up and tearing ourselves down more than anyone could ever do to us, and how we overthink, overanalyze, and just tear ourselves apart sometimes, um, for many reasons, right? It could be anything that triggers it. It could just be an off day. It could be anything. Um, and how what we're learning as we're going through this is to show ourselves self-compassion, um, some self-love, grace, be able to express to ourselves how we can overcome this and not always bash ourselves.
Well, here's what I do. Hi, Rhonda. I beat myself up for beating myself up. So,
Yes.
like, this is like so Annie. I'm really hard on myself, really, really hard on myself. And then I'm angry at myself for being that hard on myself. So it's a vicious cycle until I say, enough. Like, have some self compassion, have some understanding that you're doing the best you can. When I start to say those words over and over and I listen to you say them, I start to believe them.
And when I listen to you, just like slid that in.
Yeah. And when I listen to you say them, I start to believe them. But if I don't hear them, I mean, man, I am rough on myself. I am rough. Like I don't
Well, I mean, with me, I mean, I go to you, right? Like, so when I'm in that mode, it's like I need to hear it from you because, like, I try to talk myself out of it. I try to break it for myself, and I mean, there's a few other people that can get me out of it if it's early in it. But if I hit that slope, you're the only one that can stop me. Like when I hit that slope,
well,
it's on.
because I'm mean about it. I'm like, fucking stop it. Enough. Like enough. This is bullshit. Stop being mean. You're being mean to Mike, and I don't like it. And it's not kind. And you need to chill out when you have no self compassion and you're on the like I yell at you. That's what gets you out of it.
That's a good question, actually. That's a really good question.
Some examples of self compassion. So coming back to center always really helps because when you're not having self compassion, you're not mindful. You're not in the present moment at all. You're way ahead or you're way behind. You're not in the present moment. So coming back to center and reminding yourself that in this moment you're doing everything you can. You're doing the best you can.
So do I, actually, Rhonda. So do I. Um, I think it's more than that, right? Like, I mean, getting centered is one thing, but I think when I'm in that slope, getting
Well, I
centered.
wasn't done.
Oh, well, then keep going.
Well, I
Jeez.
mean, you just like rudely cut me off, and it's like, can I just finish what I was saying? So I think
Let
getting
me
centered
finish.
is the first part of it. I think recognizing like the awareness around what it is I'm being so hard on myself about. So awareness of like, okay, this makes sense. This is triggering me to think that I'm not worthy or that I'm not good enough. This is making me think like this. This is why my mind is on this track. And that's when I have to have that awareness, that self awareness, and bring myself back. And oftentimes, if I write about it, I will. It's like I always say this, but it's like something that I want to get across. It's the last time when I least feel like writing. That's when I need to write the most.
Yes.
I need to force myself to sit down and write it out. And as much as I'm like, that's dumb, I don't need to, it's not going to help, it always helps. Like without a doubt. It brings me back because it brings me back to center, even though you poo-pooed that before.
Well, I mean, there was a day 2 weeks ago that I literally had to yell at you to tell you to write. Like, I mean, you were anti anything,
I was
and
I was like I was like Sydney. Like I was like having a tantrum. I was stomping on the floor. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. I don't want to do any of this. None of this is right. Like literally, Rhonda. That's how I was. I don't want to and I won't. And Mike was like, take it down a notch. Breathe. I was like, I don't want to breathe. I mean, it was bad, but
But
like,
it happens. It does happen. It happens to everyone,
mm,
and it's good to have those people in your life that can call you on it, right? And what ended. I'm hearing myself for some reason.
I don't hear you echo.
Oh,
Here's the key too. I have to force myself, and
oh, sorry.
that's usually the best therapy. Yeah, I mean, there's when I am in my routine. I know you don't want to hear it anymore, but when I am in my routine, I am the best that I can be. My day starts off right. It flows into the next thing. I have more emotional agility, so I can field grounders differently, better. But when I start my day and just I don't run, I don't journal, I don't meditate, I don't center, then my day is never the same ever.
What was it? Friday? Was it Friday that happened? Because it was
I have
rainy out.
no idea. You know that I don't even know what day today is, so you're asking the wrong
Today,
person.
you ran today, so you didn't run yesterday, so you ran Saturday. It might have been. It might have been. It might have been Friday, because there was a day that you were supposed to run, but it was really crappy out.
Yeah, it was pouring.
Went back to
And
sleep.
yeah, I went back. I was cold and I went back to sleep. And like I could not center. Yeah, baby. Oh God, oh God.
I love you, Kenny. I really do.
Um, I just find that like when I have the most resistance to something, the most resistance to help, that's when I need it the most, and that's when I need to do the things that get me centered. And like I need to know what they are and go and do them. So like we were talking about today what makes some of us be in the best place that we can be. It's the routine in the morning and getting up and doing the same thing. And I know what it's like to feel stuck. I mean, there's I know. I've
I
been
mean,
there.
even going back a few weeks when I was sick, right? Like if you look at that week where my whole schedule was off, it was horrible. I
You're
couldn't.
totally different when you don't do your morning routine.
Yeah, I mean, 100%.
You
And
need your
because,
space, especially with kids at home. You guys
oh,
are like she's handling the kids all day. Like you need your head space. You have to create that intention and that boundary around you in the morning. And if you don't do that, yeah,
100. Yeah, I mean,
100%. Even though it seems boring and oh, I don't want to live my life like that, it changes your life for the better. To
it
stick
does.
to a consistent, positive routine.
And it's tough, right? Because like, when you're dealing with the kids all day, like I do, and when you have the kids with you most of the time, it's challenging sometimes because, sometimes they're up earlier, sometimes they're
Well, there's
sleeping.
always an excuse. I feel like
Right.
there's always something. There's the weather. There's this like this morning it was freezing, and I was like, you know what? Don't make a goddamn excuse. Just go outside and do it. What?
I was just thinking about you wearing the 3/4 running pants instead of
Oh,
the
yeah, I
ones.
did that the other day. Like I feel like no matter what, you can always yes, it's more imperative. Yep. So now you know. So now you're already not as stuck because you know.
But now it's about taking action, right? If you know that they're up every day at 6, then get up at 4:30, get up at 5. Does it matter if you go to bed an hour earlier? Does it matter if you're a little bit more tired for the first couple of weeks? I mean,
I
find
mean,
that.
getting enough sleep is important too. Like that's something that I don't do the best. Getting enough sleep is really important.
But you're getting
Um,
better. You're getting much better at it, and you're getting more solid sleep, right? Like, I mean, yes, you reply to LinkedIn comments in your sleep now, but at least you're not like up for a couple hours in the middle of the night.
yeah, it's not as broken.
Just do it.
Just do it, damn it. Exactly. I know. And you can always find an excuse to not do your routine. But the truth of the matter is, you know what you have to think to yourself? How is this going to affect me later? It's not about what you're doing right then. It's not even about the exercise that you're doing or the journaling that you're doing at that moment. It's the effect that it has on your whole day. It sets the foundation of your day up.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's like it sounds so mundane and it sounds so routine and it sounds like Andy said boring, but it makes so much of a difference
Yeah,
It
but life
really,
is better and you're not bored. You're like enjoying the moments of life. Whereas right now, when you're not in a routine, you can't enjoy the moments. You're just stuck and you just everything goes to shit. That's what I think. At least for me.
okay. So now you're beating my friend Rhonda up again.
Yeah.
You really need to stop with this passive aggressive talk towards yourself.
Stop.
Like,
Stop. Like just stop where you are. Stop. We already figured it out. We're done with you. Check you off the list. We figured you out.
I love you,
We
Kenny.
figured you out. We need a routine. It's okay. All is well. Everything's going to be fine. Everybody needs to just chill.
Yeah, I mean, Rhonda, stop with the negative crap. Like, you just gotta let it go. You're doing the best you can, and you're
No,
being
but
your
I
best.
know where she is. I know that headspace. I know that space where you're just like everything you do, you're just like, ugh, with yourself. Like, ugh, that's the best way to say it. Like, I'm just like, ugh, everything I do is just yuck. But I'm telling you, the first step is the hardest. When you take that first step to do it, the rest follows.
When did you start running? I'm trying to remember when that was. Was that July?
June, June or
Was it
July.
June?
hmm Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah.
That's why I decided to start going really early. But then I realized that it really affects me when I do that first thing in the morning. There's no days that I have that are better than when I run in the morning.
Hey, leave Rhonda alone. I really do.
So we figured that out. We nailed that. So self-compassion, reminding yourself what you're doing every day, that you're keeping people alive, humans.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, there's
your
not a lot of
job.
people that can keep 5 humans alive the way you are and love them the way you are.
No,
There's
there's doctors that don't do that. So, I mean, you're winning the battle already. Like you just you
But
have the
that's
heart.
that's to her, that's just a given. Like, oh, that's all I'm doing, just like keeping 5 humans alive.
I mean,
He's they don't.
it's
It's getting
okay.
across. Yeah, all good.
It's
We understand both of you.
it's what it comes down to is, when I get into that hole, I get it, right? It's like nothing seems good. Nothing seems like
That's
life.
the whole thing. It's that
Right.
whirlwind of negativity, and everything seems like shitty and ugh.
You got to see this. So Rhonda comes out defending us,
Yes.
and then here comes Kenny.
Peace. We're in
Yes,
peace mode.
we are. We are. Annie's wearing the royal blue. Her eyes are
This is
bouncing.
my fourth live today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, well, tomorrow's gonna be easy then. You only have one.
Tomorrow's so simple. Right.
Tomorrow's cake. That's it.
I
It's like
promoted for it. I'm all good. I'm all good. Rhonda's like, you're superwoman. I'm like, no, I'm just sleeping through life, sleeping with my eyes open.
you're
It took a
auto.
lot. It took a lot to be able to do this. And Mike helps me so much because I'm I'm not all together. It's just a point. It's a minute by minute some days. Some
But
days
it
are
is
minute by minute.
me too. I mean, I have those days. I mean, look at me on the day of court. Like, I mean, even the night before. I mean, I was
Well,
just. But it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, right? Like, I lost my self confidence. I lost it. I just lost it, and I did my routine. It just didn't matter.
no, but that was different. That was you can't even use that's a terrible example.
Well,
To be
it is.
honest.
It is, but it's the most recent experience.
I know, but you can't bring that into it. So think of another example. Like, I mean, you're fighting for your kids' safety and lives. Like, you can't. You're allowed to emotionally collapse a little bit.
Yeah, it's true.
But the other thing is, that I make a good point. To my point, I will say that everything is like that. We have to go easy on ourselves. The hour change for you know what the B is.
I love
Never
you,
mind.
kid.
I lost my point now because you screwed me up. I
The
lost
point.
my point.
The point on your point on your
The
point
point that I was making about my point,
about your point.
which was to say it's all relative. So that was a huge thing, but everything is a thing that's a huge thing. Like everything is a mountain sometimes. Doesn't
It
matter
is.
what it is.
We are great at turning molehills into mountains. We are like phenomenal at it. We can take the smallest little thing and turn it into the largest event that
Well,
ever
it feels like that. It feels like a refrigerator just fell on me sometimes. Like it just came down from the sky and fell on me. Like I'm Tweety Bird or like Sylvester the cat. Like and it just fell on me. Do you know that was my nickname when I was a baby?
Sylvester the cat.
No, Tweety.
Tweety? That makes
Because I had big blue eyes and no hair. I was bald till I was like 3 years old. Wait, I have to get a picture. Hold on, keep talking. I have to show you a picture.
showed her one of sitting in dead lap.
Wait, I don't know if I have it. Oh, here, it's right here.
Do you want me to
Show them one of what?
when you're sitting on your desk?
Oh, when I was 6?
Oh, is that how you were younger?
When I was a little girl. Oh, wait. Look at this picture.
Now, oh, there you go.
Can you see right here?
Yes.
Like I'm all eyes and I'm barely have any hair. Wait, I can't. My mom told me until I was 3, I didn't have any hair. I was just eyes.
I don't know where your daughter gets it.
I don't either. My daughter's eyes are funny. So that's that.
Oh, look at Kenny coming.
Kenny's pulling through. Sorry, that photo album was from 1978.
It shows.
Falling apart.
I lost mine in a fire. Aw.
It was hard to see, but
She used to be very cute.
I know. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. It
I
transformed.
I grew hair, and although my ears did stick out a lot when I was little, and somehow I grew into them. My mom goes, "Oh, it's my mother. She's got such beautiful eyes. We'll get those ears pinned back." You know her.
They might have. She might have.
Beautiful. The ears. We'll just pin them back. But look, I grew into them. I really did. I grew into them. They don't even stick out anymore.
No. She might have just taped them to your head at the middle of the night when you were
They
sleeping.
might be taped, and I didn't realize.
She might have used a tape helmet.
Thank God for my fake eyelashes.
Your eyelashes are pretty amazing.
I don't have fake eyelashes on.
I know.
You're so scrumptiously, gorgeously looking. Good looking.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thanks, Kenny. I think you should grow your scruff. Rhonda, what do you think? Mike should grow his scruff back, right? Not long, short scruff. Tell me what you think, Rhonda. Kenny, you can chime in if you want.
Wow.
I like when there's scruff. It looks good, but not long. Just in case you wanted to know specifics of what I think looks good. All of a sudden, there's crickets.
Yeah, seriously.
All right.
Aw.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know if that's that will satisfy Annie's desire for scruff.
You can have your face however you want to have it. I was just saying.
Kenny likes the George Michael look.
So yeah, have some self-compassion. Rhonda, do you feel better about self-compassion now? Do you know what to do? Starting tomorrow? Not the next day, but tomorrow?
It's just that routine. You gotta write. You've gotta just get it out of your head. I mean, it's the only way. And you've got to stop consuming all the useless information.
It's noise. It's noise.
It is so much noise.
Pick a couple things that motivate you and keep you positive and stick with them and keep that in your circle. You know, like keep that in your space. Other than that, nothing can penetrate your bubble. Don't let the bullshit into your bubble.
Yeah, and I mean, most of all, if there's toxic family members, you have to minimize that too.
Because you don't deserve that. And
No.
it's not good. You're enabling them.
It's very challenging. It is. And at some point you just need to get used to it and just get used to saying no for yourself, right? You've got to choose yourself first and your own sanity first. Rhonda, you have 5 kids. I don't understand when you're not busy. So
right. Right. What are you talking about? Stop with the productive BS. Stop. Stop. Like we said earlier, just stop.
Yes. I mean,
Staying busy to the point of not noticing other things and being aware of things going on is not the point. The
no.
point is to be, just to be present.
I mean, tell them to go on a diet. I get it, right? Like it's I'm on LinkedIn, I'm writing. I mean, but again, it's a distraction. It's all distractions from yourself, right? Which is one of the Sammy.
My dad.
Oh, Dar.
Mm-hmm. He texted me. He
Aw.
watched the Noodleberg podcast.
It was a great one. I mean, look, this is distractions again. I mean, go to writing, stay away from LinkedIn, stay away from social.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need that right now. That's not in the headspace that you're in right now.
No, because you're gonna get distracted by other people's stuff.
Yeah. No, being with them, oh my God, I'm so tired. Being with them and having them on you like a hair weave, which is hilarious way to say that. We know they mean the world to you. That's not the point. Being with them is not the same as being present in your life. But we can talk about that another day because I can't.
And he's running out of fuel.
I got up really early and I'm done. Mikey,
you ready to cut it?
I'm done. I'm sorry. Oh my God. We have to talk to her. We have to talk one thing at a time.
Yes.
Start your routine tomorrow.
We can talk to you again tomorrow. Start your routine and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes.
And good night, everybody.
Good night and good luck.
Before Annie falls asleep on the screen. For anyone who's wondering, that is Annie right before bed. That is how it looked for her. So, I mean, everybody else, I don't know what to tell you. So was I.
Kenny, I ran 2.5 miles at 5:30 this morning. Did you? I'm with you, man. Please go to bed. Okay, I promise.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.